Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just got back from everyone knew I had a gig on Friday. I still haven't recovered. I think I'm having a 3-day bender. Welcome to Life Theories with everyone knows I'm in a rock band. This here, Wild Child. So they call me the Widowmaker in that one. So I've just got split personalities. And happy Halloween to everyone. And over to the... Now, I'm going to let people in on a secret. Diana is secretly Snow White. Don't tell anyone. She's secretly Snow White.
I know we've talked before about kind of going with the flow a little more, right? So before,
Yes.
I had kind of like set even things on my YouTube with my content, right? But like I was like, I'm doing inspirational stuff, in a mix of different topics, whatever I feel called at the time. But it seems like the stuff that for me that's going better is like the astrology stuff, like the new moons, like the 10-10 portal, like stuff like Venus and Star. But those are really popping off a little more, and I do have an interest in that more. So the point is, and I'm not even trying to talk about my content on here, but just kind of like going with the flow, like kind of going where it takes me. I think sometimes we fixate too much on a certain outcome. We think everything has to be this way, or even sometimes I can get too focused on YouTube, but there could be other avenues that could be work out even better. It could be something more in alignment with me. Not to say I'm not going to do this anymore, but I'm just saying like there are other options to consider with the kind of stuff we're doing, and when we're looking for a life purpose or path or whatever. It could go in many different directions, and sometimes we have to be more open to the possibilities. There's a lot of different avenues the way that something could happen, so.
I think we're both of us are just not losing control, but letting it go in with the flow. I write that in my, again, might as well say that I think you and Sarah one time we were writing down these. I write down every day my journal. Today I was grateful for, and it was one of those things where I think it was one of those things where I was sort of forcing it through, and I think exactly what you're saying, and I think we're both the bloody same. We're both as stubborn as each other in that way, where we want to go, it has to be this way, like it's all rigid. We don't do that anymore. I know you don't, because as I said, your videos are awesome, and what I've done with what I'm doing on my end is just going with it. Like yesterday, yes, I have been on a 3-day bender, ladies and gentlemen. A bender meaning I had a great gig, this thing, dream come true, on Friday, and one of the big venues in Melbourne we played at, and it's the best gig we've done as a band, and why that is relevant is because of all the work we've been doing. And I think the big thing was spiritually, I was shitting bricks, sorry, and that's the way it was. And I had self-doubt during the week because I just going, nah, wasn't playing well, something wasn't going, feeling right. And I talked to a friend of mine, she just said to me, look, you just need to go with the flow, just let it happen, like you were saying. Like, as I said, we go, you're going to let things be. Here we go, I'm going to talk to I'm looking at him now, my friends, where is he? Got 2 of my friends who passed on, and I actually talked to them the other day. And I spoke to them, I said, look, I know you're going to be there for me, aren't you? And we're going a bit deeper here, and obviously I had passing of this dog was our family dog, and he was the most beautiful bloody thing. Used to give him shit all the time, but he was always he gave us the biggest lesson of just let things go and be happy. He was just happy. He was a happy boy. That's what I look at his photo. He's just a happy boy, and that's what we've got to be. And we're getting up there, we smashed a home run, absolutely smashed a home run. With what we did, and I know that it wasn't perfect, but like I just said, I'll just do what I got to do and go with the flow. And writing down that in my affirmations every day is I will go with the flow. I will be positive in every situation. Today I am, and that is, so. But you and me are definitely changing in that way. Eh? You and me are both control freaks in that way. We have to have it this way. That's what I found with me, and I think you mirror me. You mirror me so much, and I just thought But I've seen, especially with you, and this is where it's come to me, and it's, you know, I look at it and it reminds me not to, but you're going with the flow. Your videos and your memes is just amazing. It's just, yeah, you know, obviously I catch on to it all the time, and it really helped through. I think all of us, Sarah, and especially Sarah being that guide, because you and me, as I said, you and me are the wild children of this group, I believe, in this way that we go, and all that. But Cortez is like that big, strong, masculine side of thing for us. So it's like the pillars.
Yeah.
Because that's what's here. It's coming to me, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm talking about. Say for example, Diana and I are here, and what our journeys have been very, very similar in a lot of ways with what we've gone through. Like, we, you know, but also we want control of it. We're trying to control this thing, even though we want to have flow. But then we've got Sarah, who's got that feminine energy that sort of calms us, and then you got Cortez as well. And this is why we balance each. It's really weird. They balance us out. It's like that. You know, it's like, you know, you go down the science path. You run very similar lives in a way. We've let people take our spirit, and we want to be part of it. You know, we want to be. They want to be. They've taken our goodwill and spirit and used it for themselves, and it's brought ourselves down. It's like having, you know, kryptonite. Giving our kryptonite was given away. It was giving away our power. Now we've kept it, and people don't like it because they're not on that level, because they can't find it within themselves, and that's just the way it is.
And I think also, yeah, we're kind of, I do understand it, and I think we need to make sure, like, it's okay to shine your light and to be your authentic self. And you know what? I don't care if people are in a dark space, because you know what? I was in a dark space. I was there already, and you know what? I've seen both, and I still embrace my darkness. I integrate my shadow. Like, I still have dark moments. It isn't like I post inspirational stuff, but some of it has a little bit of dark humor. You're like, I know how to kind of mix it. I know how to balance it a little bit. And I get bored if I'm all love and light. I'm honestly bored with that, because I like to dabble in a little bit of, you know, some darkness sometimes, or even, you know, go lower sometimes. I mean, like, because it's all about the balance. It could, because then once you see that, you kind of appreciate the other stuff more, you know. I went through addiction. I went through all that stuff. I went through the lowest, like, dark night of the soul kind of stuff. And that's cool. And, I'm not afraid to shine my light now, because I went through all that already. I did the work, and I don't really care. You know, if it makes someone uncomfortable, they can just unfollow me, you know. And I understand, but I'm not going to dim myself down, because I think what I'm doing is more beneficial to more people when I do step into my truth and I say what I want to say, that, you know, my inspired vision or whatever, or my downloads, right? To speak it. Because if I help that one person, that's all that matters. You know, I'm not even looking at the numbers anymore. It's just like, if I help one person, I don't that one person that's uncomfortable, that gets triggered by all my posts, I might have to just remove them or something, because they're kind of just you know, like. But I see it's much more, and I can help so many more people. I'm not gonna hold myself back because one person or if a few people can't take that I've, like, improved myself, you know, and I'm not down the path I was before.
It's really weird. Like, obviously, I got out of the. Obviously, everyone
Energy
knows
vampires, man. We talk about them. Energy vampires.
We talk about it. I mean, I'll go the next step about forgiveness and moving on. Like, this show I did on Friday, it took me back into my wrestling days. Okay, now I have a very itchy feeling. I have a very tip-top feeling about Melbourne with wrestling, because I was, you know, there was a lot of heat. You know, they created a lot, and this is where the jealousy and everything came in. And I went to Sydney and fought and all that. I went there, and there's a lot of people sort of like, not had heat with, but they're sort of like, yeah, you know what? I just let it go.
Yeah.
I let it go. I took our family dog. He just was happy. He helped everyone. There's always, look, you never forget, but you don't hold on. And I learned that on Friday. I just realised I learned that on Friday. I just let things go. I did what I did. I was there to do a job. And they gave me a nice rallying reception, actually, which was really nice. You're back in the fold. And it was very flattering. I was, you know, like, everyone thinks people think I'm a bloody crazy egomaniac, but I'm not. I don't really like being publicly praised. I really don't. And I felt, oh yeah, no worries, thanks. You know, I was there. My boys, it's about the band tonight, not just us, not just me. But it was really nice for them to say thanks for coming back and welcome back and all that. It was really nice from someone that there was conflict back in the day, but it's gone now. It's finished. It's done. and I think it's finished, and it was great. Not that you'll be go and have bloody dinner with these people, but it was nice. There's a healthy respect for both, and I said thank you, and it was a great lesson. You enjoyed what we did? He goes, yeah, absolutely, you bloody killed it. You guys smashed it, and it was nice in that way, you know. And I just realised that was a big lesson that I did have, and I'm very grateful for it. My mate said to me, "What happened when you went in there?" He goes, "Nothing. Just that's it." Look, there's certain people there you won't talk to again. That's fine because they're just scumbags. Don't worry about that. But there was none of that. You know, you don't talk to people you don't like them, or they've done something, and they still have no respect for you and all that. That's fine. I just don't have anything to that. But you know, you can, if they're happy, if bygones be bygones, you're not gonna be best mates or anything. But bygones be bygones, and that's it. Done. And I'll tell you what, it was a weight off my shoulders, and it was a big lesson that comes from our family dog who taught us that, just to let bygones be bygones. He was just a happy boy, and you know.
I think it just like you kind of have to, like, no matter what, you know, you have your vision in mind, you know what feels aligned at this point, or at least we do. You know, some people are still not sure, and sometimes it's okay to switch paths sometimes, and it's okay to change your mind, but I think you just have to stay on your path. People are going to fall off, people are going to not agree, whatever. You just have to remember your why you're doing something, and just keep going, and just kind of allow whatever changes. There's going to be things that are in alignment that are just going to follow your life, and sometimes we try to keep things together, whether it's people, relationships, right, even families, I mean, friendships, whatever, or jobs that aren't like that. It's like you're trying to force it's like you're trying to fit your heel in the back of a shoe that doesn't fit anymore, and that's why it doesn't feel good, because it's like you're trying to force something that just, it's not aligned anymore, you know. And it just, sometimes we have to allow things to go, but that can be hard, you know, especially if it's people you've known for a while, or relationships, or even a job that you're just comfortable with, right? But sometimes it's just not. Sometimes certain things, you'll just realize it's easier to kind of let it go than to hold on, you know?
Oh, yeah, you have to. And look, there's deeper stuff there. Obviously, family is a big one.
And also limiting beliefs, and also family, it's a little different. But family's
the worst one.
Or you just have to kind of keep your distance. Or there's some people you have to, with some things you still have to interact with for whatever reason, or maybe a job for a little bit longer, you know, until you figure out. Maybe, you know, there's always a transition.
Well, I'm in that situation. Yes.
Yeah. Or whatever it is, or relationships. Yes. Sometimes there's a time that's, you know, there's certain reasons you're together with somebody, or even friendships, or you have certain people maybe you just have to kind of limit your time sometimes if it's out of alignment, you know, or just really lowers your vibration a lot. You just gotta maybe distance yourself, set boundaries, and, you know, spend less time, and then make sure you focus on the things that you do want to do and you do like and that do bring you joy, so you're not stuck in that old paradigm, that lower,
yes,
you know,
that's exactly right. It's very funny like that, because we talk about that, and I think with and I find it, like, I know I'm in between jobs, I know, and the funny thing is this, I look back the last 3 years what happened, and the universe did do what I had to do. I mean, there were certain things that I had to learn, but also the universe tells you, like, I was really comfortable and happy in my job, but if I'd stayed in there, not that it was bad, like a couple of years ago, that if I hadn't done the big, like, I thought it was the worst thing in the world, but it actually has turned out to be a great thing. And people have to realize that that's what the awareness is all about. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this podcast with you if that moment hadn't happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to look back on those big things, you know, and I wouldn't be where it is, but I was. Now there's a lot of lessons I've got, and he's probably smiling, going, "Yeah, I got, yeah. Now you realise, you cheeky bugger, yeah." I go, but look, upstairs understands. Whatever happens, whatever awareness you've got, they know there's a processing time. Yeah. You know, you're not going to process, you're not going to accept that thing for what it is. You have to. There's multiple reasons for something happening, and ladies and gentlemen, if you think the answer's coming to you straight away, you're bloody kidding yourself. It took me bloody 3 years to work out why that happened, and now I can see this. I mean, I wouldn't be wearing this and playing that if that hadn't happened.
I think also with the veil being thin, also things manifest a lot quicker. So also be mindful of what you're speaking into existence. I have multiple situations, weird things that have happened recently with me and my brother. My brother's not even like a spiritual person, but he's learning from us and stuff, right? Watching our stuff, and he's learning all this terminology. He probably thinks we're nuts, but it's pretty funny. Actually.
No, he doesn't. I don't believe that.
But honestly, I think at some level he agrees with it. But we were talking about how he has some things he's been saying, and like then it happens like that. I was like, see? I was like, I'm not lying. See, I'm always trying to prove to him. I keep using examples through, I'm like, see, that's because of this, you know? I think some people get turned off when you use too many, like, labels and terminology, but if you just kind of explain it in, like, a real-life example, sometimes you gotta just bring it back down to earth for people to understand, because people that aren't very spiritual, if you use all these terms like 3D, 5D, and ascension, all that stuff. Some people, and like light code, some people, like, we understand what that is, but like some people might be like turned off and they think it's a bunch of woo stuff. But I find a way to explain to people, just kind of bringing it down, like giving a real life example, or like maybe getting rid of some of the labels, just so you know, it's something's different frequency, different vibration, different energy. You know what I mean? Sometimes I kind of just break it down a little more so it's easier to grasp. And I think the little spiritual thing, you know, it really is just how are you connecting with your divine self, with your higher self, like with who you truly are. It's, you know, people, you know, it doesn't always have to be some woo-woo things, like, you know, it can be whatever it means to you. You know, whether some people just do it through more like meditation, some people do more energy healing, some people go into tarot card, you know, everyone has different methods, but it could just be just simply connecting with your divine self, kind of just being present and like kind of listening, you know, following your intuition. Like, it doesn't always have to be some like out there thing. And I think some people have trouble connecting because I think they have the expectation that like it needs to be this out there thing because they see YouTube channels like that, they see on social media, you know, but it doesn't have to be like that, you know. But
they don't have the awareness of it. I mean, how much work is it to put one of these things together? They don't realize the work that we put it together and the work we've done to get to this point. It's not just it's not like we did life theories and just jumped up and did a podcast, right? Like that. Well, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to podcast. We will be podcasting next year. There's a guarantee, right? But look at the work of the journey that it took us years to get to where we are right now. People just don't get it. I don't think anyway. Because they don't understand it, because, you know, I think we've been conditioned. I always make reference to the people who sit in their four walls, go to work, you know, you go and do your what's so-called normal life, you know, and they look at us creative artists and they think we're friggin' mad because we're outside the matrix, but they all wish they were us. I know that because I see it. And this certain individual, couple of individuals that I know, that you can feel the vibe off them. It's just like, oh, I've got to do this, and I'm a robot, and you know, but I wish I could be you. And not because of me, because I'm a hero, because of what we're doing and the energy we were in. You probably get that a lot. Especially being a female, I reckon you get that a lot.
No, I just kind of do my own thing, and you know, I think from where
you ignore it a lot, don't you? You ignore it.
I just don't really care. I mean, I don't get as much as I thought I would get because I think people saw where I came from, you know, with the addiction stuff, and how much I've just made such a transformation, and some people, and of course I with my mom recently. So since things happened with my mom, no one has said any, like, people have been just kind of like back because that's some traumatic stuff, but I don't know, I just make it more natural. I don't make it some big thing. I'm kind of just like sharing my thoughts or memes or videos, you know, it's just all whatever download I'm getting, you know, or just something I experienced in the recent month. I'm kind of just sharing, making it more natural, making it more just real authentic. I'm just, it's more of a natural. It doesn't feel like I'm doing something crazy or something really out. It's become my comfort zone now. So because I've done it so much, you know, whether it's we all make posts, we make videos, we do this, right? We have different ways we do it. We help people, inspire people, just sharing where we're at and what's helped us, and it just become more natural. It doesn't feel like some big thing anymore. You know, it's just who I am now. It's part of who I am now.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I reckon, look, you're growing, especially us evolving spiritually.
Yeah.
People go, oh, I'm the best. The best word I heard was, I've done a lot of courses on how to read people. Okay, that's the best one I heard. I can do this. I can, yeah, mate. What I see is someone who needs validation for everything because you're not being validated in your relationship.
That's what it, yeah.
You need good, oh, look at me. Okay, there's a difference between being a I call myself a vain, I'm vain. Yeah, I am. Yep. I used to be an egomaniac, but I know why, because I needed validation. But now I don't. But people go, and this is where people don't like it, when they're not getting validated because you're just you. And I look and go, oh, look at me, I'm this. I go, oh, really? Oh, okay. It's great. I've done it. You can read people. I go, mate, you don't, mate. I have no filter at the best of times. And you just want to tell them to pull their bloody heads in, mate. You know, I'm just thinking, what the hell's going on with you? You know, you want to tell them the truth and go, you need to be, why do you need to be validated all the time? You know, what's the go here? And, you know, and I know because I've been through it. And there's where what we're taught, we can go through things. We've been, you know, self-love, self-confidence and all that, but also validation.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So that's what we're saying. We can help with that because we've been through it. You know, we accept that we've done our uni course, a degree in life. Got a bloody master's in the damn thing, haven't we? Got a PhD, both of us. I think all of us have. You know what I mean? PhD in the theories of life, and yeah, but that's where that's gone.